Detroit? Wait, which one? Hello, hello, can y'all hear me? I'm so happy to be back in Detroit. You know, all the best things were made in Detroit. Coney dogs, Fago, and Lizzo. I'm so proud to be from this city. You know, they say if Kamala wins, then the whole country will be like Detroit. Okay? Proud like Detroit. Resilient like Detroit. We're talking about the same Detroit that innovated the auto industry and the music industry. So put some respect on Detroit's name, okay? I'm proud to say that I voted early, and I voted for Kamala Harris. They say voting is not a love letter, it's a chess move. You can't hear me? Oh, then we gotta run this back. Hello, hello, hello. Turn me up. Turn up the music. Turn down the light. I got a feeling. Can y'all hear me all right? Thank you so much. All right, I'm running it back from the top because y'all need to hear this. What up, though? They say if Kamala wins, then this whole country will be like Detroit. Well, I say proud like Detroit. I say resilient like Detroit. This is the same Detroit that innovated the auto industry and the music industry. So put some respect on Detroit's name. I'm proud to say that I voted early, and I voted for Kamala Harris. They say voting is not a love letter, it's a chess move. Well, I feel like voting early is not just a chess move, it's a power move. There's a lot of people who feel, okay, hi. There's a lot of people who feel like their vote doesn't matter, but I say to that, if your vote didn't matter, then voter suppression would not exist. If your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't discourage young people from going to the polls. If your vote didn't matter, our parents and our grandparents would not have marched and fought for our right to vote. And also, you live in the great state of Michigan. This is the swing state of all swing states, so every single last vote here counts. I love this country, and I love you. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican or neither, you deserve a president who listens when you speak. You deserve a president who respects when you protest. You deserve a president who understands that their job is to be a public servant. And Kamala Harris has dedicated her entire career to public service, from DA to VP, and I think Mrs. Commander-in-Chief has a nice ring to it. There are some who say that America is not ready for a woman president. Well, to that I say, look to Detroit. The CEO of GM, Mary Barra, that's a woman. The CEO of Avalon Village, Mama Shu in Highland Park, building communities for the future, that's a woman. So if you ask me if America is ready for its first woman president, I only got one thing to say. It's about damn time! It's about damn time! I love you all. God bless you, God bless America, and I will see you at the polls, baby. Let's go!
please welcome Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist.
What up, though, Detroit? All right, look. Don't y'all hate it when people come in here and talk trash about Detroit? Like, I know how I feel. Look, I lived in another part of the country. And I know what it felt like when people had bad things to say about my city. But I also know that the Detroit story is the most fundamentally American story that you can tell. We are a community that when anybody tries to knock us down, we are the fastest and strongest and stand back up and stand tall. We are a community that when somebody tries to look past us, we stand up tall and say, "You gonna see me." The city of Detroit and the state of Michigan is a story that everyone not only wants to hear, but wants to be a part of. Because we know that the only way that we can succeed is when we walk and work together. That is exactly what is gonna happen when everybody sees this Detroit story that we tell between today and November 5th, when we vote like we've never voted before. So when I say stand tall, Detroit, I want you to say vote. Stand tall. Stand tall. Stand tall. Stand tall. Let's talk about what we're voting for. We are voting to make sure that we all have a place in this economic future that includes everyone. That means more money in our pockets and in our pensions. Who got a pension? I'm a millennial. I wish I could get a pension, y'all, for real. But because Vice President Kamala Harris protected pensions for 1 million union members at the federal level. We are voting to have health in our communities. You see, we've seen health disparities that we fought with for generations. But in Michigan, we were the only state that said we will not accept health disparities in COVID-19. Vice President Harris will launch an initiative to address health disparities for Black women and Black men, because she wants us all to have access to a dream of health and wealth. That is what we are voting for in this election. We are voting to make sure that everyone has the right to define their family and their future as they see fit by having access to full reproductive freedom. We are voting to have a president who understands and will actually say the phrase environmental justice, because she knows that too many people in Detroit lose power or have their basement flood when it rains just a little bit. But she also knows that we have a role to play in defining this clean energy future with the jobs and the companies and the people of today and tomorrow. We have a chance to vote early, and I want you to vote now so that you can then spend the rest of your time between now and November 5th talking to somebody else about what's at stake in this election. That's the conversation we're gonna have every day for the next 17 days. We have an opportunity to help people step into their power. So will you invite someone to join this movement? Will you invite someone to step into their possibility? The votes that we cast in Detroit will reverberate and echo not just across Michigan, but across America. Because how goes our turnout, that's how goes Michigan's turnout. And how goes Michigan, so goes America. So thank you, Detroit, for stepping up, for stepping in, for fighting back. Let's stand tall, let's vote for Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, Alyssa Slotkin. Let's win everything for Michigan and America. Thank you, God bless you. Let's go win.
Michigan, the quiet section over here. Hello, Detroit, Michigan. I think she's close. She's close. So I'm not going to keep you long, but it is my honor, my privilege to be your nominee for the United States Senate here in Michigan. It is awesome to be here, and it is awesome to be on this crazy tour. Has anyone ever seen, for the older folks in the audience, has anyone ever seen this many candidates be here in Michigan this often? No. We've never, I don't think anyone's ever seen this. I'm not sure any state ever has seen this many people, like Trump and Harris literally passing each other in the night yesterday in Oakland County. I think we know which speech was stronger yesterday. But I just want to say I've been on this kind of ride here, but it is important to remember that there is one side who says something and the other side that does something. Every single time. And people show you who they are through their actions, not just their words when they want your vote, right? So we're not going to be snookered. We're not going to be bamboozled. We're not going to be just sucked in to this idea that someone can just tell us what we want to hear in the middle of the election cycle. One side talks about infrastructure, the other one doesn't. One talks about returning supply chains to the United States, the other one doesn't. One talks about protecting your rights, the other one doesn't, right? And that's the big one we know that's going on here in Michigan right now, right? We did our job in 2022. We codified Roe v. Wade in our state constitution. We did our job. But now, the other side of the aisle, including the guy I'm running against, Mike Rogers, no, we don't boo. We don't boo. We win. We win. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now, after 20 years of voting for every bill, every ban, every restriction on a woman's right to choose, now he's put his finger in the wind and he says, oh, you know, I don't think the ladies like it so much when we take away their rights, right, ladies? We don't like it when granddaughters have fewer rights than their grandmothers. And so they now change their talking point. Now they say, don't worry, I'm going to protect you. I'm never going to do all that stuff again. Don't worry. Please, again, do not believe them. Do not trust them with your rights. If they're willing to take one away, they're willing to do a lot of other things. So we're not going to get bamboozled. We're not going to get snookered. Okay, last thing, you know, with all these candidates in town, you know, you're getting to see two different visions of America. We know that. The path is going to separate in the woods here on November 5th. You can start voting today, which is amazing, in the city of Detroit, and thank you to our clerks and our Secretary of State. But the path is going to split, and we have a choice of who we want to be. So what I'd ask you to do is wear your patriotism on your sleeve between now and the election. You are here because you love your country and you want it to be better. You know it can be better. We know that we are better than the politics currently represent, and we want good things for our kids and our grandkids. So wave the flag and do not give an inch to the pretenders who wrap themselves in the flag and then spit on the very values that it represents. Don't give an inch to them. Don't give an inch. So thank you for coming out. Thank you for caring about your country and your community. Thank you for showing other people the way. We know that we're going to be all right. We're within the margin of effort to win this election. If we work for it, we're going to win it. We don't work for it, we're not going to win. But we know Michigan understands our place in history. We have a job to do. Keep your eye on the ball. Our mission is to keep this blue. Let's do it, Michigan. Thank you, guys.
Please welcome to the stage Maxon Kirkpatrick.
Hello, Detroit. How are y'all doing? All right. My name is Maxon Kirkpatrick. I am a born and bred Michigander, a fellow on the Michigan One campaign, and president of Students for Harris Walls at Wayne State University. This will be the first time I ever get to vote in a presidential election, and I truly cannot think of a more important race to cast my first ballot in. Michigan, we have to bring this home. On one side, we have Kamala Harris, someone who has spent her whole life fighting for the people, who is running to build an opportunity economy. We have to bring this home. To bring down costs for us and to protect our fundamental rights. On the other, you have Donald Trump. Who is more extreme than he has ever been, and he's only running to get power for himself. As a student and a first-time voter, I am truly frightened by a world with Donald Trump in charge. His extreme Project 2025 would throw our country into chaos. It would ban abortions nationwide. It would eliminate the Department of Education. It would gut the power of labor unions, scrap the Affordable Care Act, and give Trump nearly unlocked power to do whatever else he wants to do. My future and the future of students are at stake. But we have another choice. And that is why I'm so excited to have casted my ballot for the first time already. If we do the work over the next 17 days, we can send Kamala Harris to the White House. Kamala Harris has brought home real results for Michigan, and that's what she'll do if she wins in November. She will never let a national abortion ban law here in Michigan. She will always fight for our jobs, and she's working to forgive billions in student loan debt. But most of all, she has given us a vision for a bright future, one that leaves behind the hate and division of Donald Trump, once and for all, and charts a new way forward for America. So, Detroit, it is my honor to welcome to the stage your Vice President and the next President of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Thank you so much. Hey, Detroit. Are we ready to get out there and get everyone to vote? And the mic is not on now, it's on. Hey, Detroit, are we ready? Yes, we're ready. So before I came out, my team was telling me, and I was talking to some members of the press, and they said, hey, since early voting has started, can you hear me? You can't hear me. They can't hear me. Okay, I didn't want to have to stand right here. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, there we go. So my team was telling me, so you know, Georgia started early voting and they broke historic records in early voting. North Carolina started early voting, broke historic records in North Carolina. Now, who is the capital of producing records? So we are going to break some records here in Detroit today. Yes, we are. We are going to do this because we know what is at stake and we know the power of the people. This is about the power of the people. This is about knowing each one of us as an individual and as a collective, as a community, as a coalition. We have the power to make the decisions about the direction of our country. And we know this election is about two very different visions for our future. Ours focused on the future, focused on our young leaders, focused on possibility, understanding the ambitions and the aspirations and the dreams of the American people. Understanding, like the people of Detroit, we have grit, we have excellence, we have history. And it's about looking in the face of a perfect stranger and seeing a neighbor and understanding we are all in this together. We all have so much more in common than what separates us. And we are going to fight for this country we love. We are in this to win it. And we know, look, if the race is tight, it's going to be hard work, but we like hard work. Hard work is good work. And we will win. And we will win. So you all are here taking time out of your busy lives and all your other obligations, and I thank you so very much. And I know, and I know what today is. We're here because this is a working day. We're ready to get out there. We're ready to walk the neighborhood. We are ready to talk with our neighbors and our friends and just the people that we see and remind them they are important and that we are so optimistic about our new generation of leadership for America and what we will do together. That is about investing in working people, in middle-class people, in our children, what we do in terms of caring about the education of our children, which is why we're not falling for the other guy trying to get rid of the Department of Education and Head Start. Because we know what we stand for. We stand for the idea that the true measure of the strength of a leader is not based on who you beat down, it's on who you lift up. And these are the things that we stand for as a community of people that understand the importance of caring and kindness, who understand the importance of having a leader who speaks truth and is not so self-consumed. You know, I keep talking about somebody needs to just watch his rallies if you're not really sure how to vote. Because he spends full time talking about himself and mythical characters, not talking about the working people, not talking about you, not talking about lifting you up. And so as we spend these next 17 days, we're going to go vote today. We're going to remind people to vote. We're going to register folks to vote. We're going to email, text, phone call, knock on doors. And we're going to remind people of what is at stake. And with that, I want to thank incredible leaders from Michigan who are here. The Lieutenant Governor, Garland Gilchrist. He always stands above the crowd. We have Representative Slotkin, who is here, who we will send to the Senate in November. Representative Thundar, who is here, Wayne County Executive Evans, Mayor Duggan, and all of the National Labor Union presidents who are here. And let's not forget the most phenomenal Lizzo. So to everyone who is here, I'm not going to spend any more time on the stage because we got work to do. We have 17 days to get this done, and we're not going to be able to get these 17 days back. And what I think we all know is on Election Day, we don't want to have any regrets about what we could have done these next 17 days. And on November 5th, and at the end of that day, we're going to look at each other and we're going to say, yes, the power was with the people, and we made a difference. And that's the beauty of who we are as a nation. We know we can make a difference because the power is with the people. God bless you. Thank you. I'll see you out there. Thank you all.